you've always been part of the family, you know that, right? You've always been part of our family. This doesn't change anything. I mean, this is a wonderful event for Jamie and Johnny, but as far as what you mean to us and where you are in our family and our hearts, you've already been there. So this is just a wonderful night to celebrate, okay? And I mean that. A lot of people ask me if I was going to cry, and I am not a happy crier. I mean, I cry when I'm sad, but I don't cry when I'm happy, and I'm freaking happy. So I really don't anticipate any crying. And you've heard a lot of Johnny's entry into our family from Chelsea, but I do want to tell you as a father-in-law that, or actually I am a father-in-law. Wow. As a father-in-law, I literally didn't know about Johnny for 3 or 4 months before I actually met him. And it went exactly like Chelsea said, but as a father, I mean, picture that. I mean, Jamie would talk about, oh, I met this, she called you a boy, I'm sorry, she didn't say man. I met this funny boy from Roger Bacon, and he became Bacon Boy. And if you're not from Cincinnati, I mean, high schools define you. He's a Bacon Boy, okay? So this Bacon. No, but anyways, and so she told me all these wonderful things, sincere things about Johnny, but it wasn't in a boyfriend kind of way. It was about he's funny, he's talented, he's smart, he's intelligent, we have great conversations, etc. And so when I met him, I didn't meet him with the thoughts of he was going to be a serious boyfriend. Somehow I met someone who I thought was her friend, and he obviously was. And so as it progressed, I have 100% complete trust in my daughter Jamie and her judgment. I just do. And so there wasn't, Johnny didn't have to prove anything to us because of the girl that we have in Jamie. I questioned that freedom for a couple times, Johnny, but you came in and we expected a lot. And I do have to say just a couple funny things, and I wish I had more, but we don't have time, Johnny. But I remember the first time we did anything seriously together, we were going to the UC Pitt football game, right? It was the Big East Championship, still the best live event I've ever seen. It was fantastic. And we picked up Jamie and Johnny at like 5 in the morning. It was like 20 degrees outside, snowing. We're driving to Pittsburgh, and Johnny shows up in tennis shoes and a hoodie. That's all he had, was tennis shoes and a hoodie. I'm like, Johnny, do you know what the weather's like? Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. And when you didn't complain because I gave you all my running clothes. When we got, remember I had all the running clothes in the trunk, and he's wearing stinky old, sweaters and hats and gloves. But anyway, so that was just pre-planning. But then on the way there, same day, we just I can't remember if we're West Virginia or Pennsylvania, and we're climbing up this hill, and my car is spinning around in the snow, and we can barely remember. You can't remember it. You can't remember it because you were in the back seat sleeping. Everyone's screaming, and Johnny's in the back seat like this. And this is the first time we spent time together. And it really hasn't changed. And I'm not going to tell the sailing story, Johnny, okay? I'm not going to tell the sailing story. I'm not telling it. No, it's not that funny. You had to be there, but okay. So Johnny wanted to learn to sail, and we're out at my sister's lake house, and we're on just a little butterfly. It's just a short, two-man boat, and we're having a blast. And the winds were really whipping, and Johnny's like, I want to give that a try. Okay, Johnny, go ahead and explain. Because it's just a rudder and a rope. I mean, that's all. It's just a rudder and a rope, and the boat starts flipping up. And Johnny screams, and he lets go of the rudder, and we do this donut and capsize in the middle of the lake, okay? And so he was a wounded animal. We sailed for another 45 minutes, and he said, I think I'm ready to try it again. And so Johnny, we gave you the rudder and the rope, right? We sailed a little bit, the boat started flipping up, and he didn't let go of the rudder this time. He let go of the rudder and the rope, and screamed. And the boat started tipping this way, and I quickly climb as best I can up to keep the boat from capsizing. As I look down at Johnny, he's just sliding off the boat, looking up at me like, going, oh my God, what did I just do? And I sat in that lake and I laughed so hard. I laughed uncontrollably, and he was mortified. He couldn't believe that and I just sat there and laughed, and a boat came up to make sure we were okay. And Johnny's like, man, I'm glad this is a big lake. So the boat takes off, we go sailing back to my sister's lake house, and who's there? The boat park that swam by to see us. It was some of their best friends. So, so he didn't get away with it. Anyways, Johnny, love you, my brother. You know that. I love you, my brother. And it's good to have you. It's good to have you. Jamie Ray.